My last photography session was October 14th, 2023, and in December of 2023, I made the very difficult decision to shut down my photography business. This was something that I had been thinking about for a while, but I was on the fence about it for a really long time. And eventually I did close down my bookings. I didn't renew any of the subscriptions that I had been paying for, CRM, email marketing, things like that. And I was going to let my website subscription end, but I ended up resubscribing and repaying for the year just because I was still kind of unsure of what I wanted to do. And so today is May 28th, and I am officially reopening my photography business. Yes, so this is something I've been thinking about a lot, and I realized I just needed kind of a break to step back, to reevaluate and see what I really wanted for my life and for my business, and what I was trying to use my business to fulfill as it pertains to my life. And so I worked on writing down a bunch of notes about things I would need to change to fall in love with photography again. During the time I was in business, I did not take a single photo just for the fun of it. That's something that I haven't done since before my business started 4 years ago. And I realized that I had pretty much sucked all the creativity out of my business in exchange for efficiency. So my sessions had become very efficient, very step by step. I knew everything I needed to say. I knew everything I needed to do. I knew all the poses that I need to do for every client, and it really just drained the heart and soul from my business and the reason that I started my business. So I wrote down what I would need to do to actually enjoy my business again. So the first thing on my list was I cannot work from home. I have to have a dedicated studio space. I have been working from my home. I've moved quite a few times, but I've been working from my home since I started this business, and I just can't do that anymore. We have pets, my husband's around, it just became too much, because not only did I need to worry about having wherever the studio was, organized and cleaned. I needed to worry about, was our house clean? What's going on with the pets? Some people have allergies, and I would have to wrangle them during sessions. And though that could be fun, it just became another task and another thing on my checklist that I needed to worry about. And I realized I just hated it. It was causing me so much anxiety to constantly have to worry about the house, have to work around my family's schedule and things like that, and making sure, people are out of the house when I was having studio, and just became too much. So I have found a studio space, and I will be in the studio space in 2 weeks. I am so excited. Having a real studio space has always been something that I have dreamt of, but I've never been able to find a place that is actually affordable, because commercial retail is expensive. And I'll go over that when I'm actually in the space. But now that I have the studio space figured out, there's a lot of just admin tasks I need to do. So I figured I would take you guys kind of along with me through this journey of restarting my business. There's some other things I want to do, like hire somebody to outsource my phone calls and the email responses, because emails give me so much anxiety. Even though I've never really had anything bad happen in an email, they just cause me so much anxiety. So I want to outsource that. I want to make sure I'm setting clear boundaries for myself and for my business and for my clients. I was taking on a lot of emotional load within Boudoir. It can be very emotional. And I realized I was taking home a lot of that emotional load. And I feel like it will be easier to not do that once my business and my home are two separate locations. So to just kind of add a boundary between, work life and home life balance. Also, I'm been going to therapy, but I'm going to go to therapy. I'm going to talk to my therapist specifically about how I can make sure that I don't take that, emotional load home with me. My studio is very much a place for empowerment, and we might end up talking about like deeper sensitive topics, but I need to make sure that I am able to leave that in the studio and I don't take that home with me because, I have my own issues and my own problems. And though I want to be empathetic and support all my clients, I just need to make sure that I can leave that in the studio and that I don't take that into my home life. Another thing I want to do, which I was kind of already doing, but I wasn't planning for it, was being closed from Thanksgiving to New Year's every single year. It's really popular to do like Christmas mini sessions, and I don't want to do that. My clients have never really been interested in that stuff, and I would rather just be off for the holidays and I don't have to worry about, I know it's a busy time for like my makeup artists and things like that. So if they just know that the studio is going to be closed during that time, they don't have to worry about that, and they can, do their other work that's going to be a little bit more busy and book them more clients that way. And so one of the last things I want to do is I want to expand my business outside of Boudoir. I think this is something I'm going to do in 2025. I want to kind of get reset up, get the business back set up, and then I want to launch, I like to call them like Boudoir adjacent, where it's not like same like feeling as Boudoir, like very much like empowerment, but you're not necessarily like in lingerie. Usually dresses, gowns, a little bit more like on the fantasy portrait-y side of things. And that's something that I want to launch in 2025. So I am so excited. I am so excited, but I have an entire to-do list. Basically, since I'm relaunching my business, this means setting up my business in the state because I've moved states since my business was last open, setting up new bank accounts, getting all my workflow and stuff set up. So I think this is going to be like kind of a whole setup series, but I just wanted to make this video because I am back. I am excited. I'm so excited to just kind of show you guys the entire process of building a business and some of the things that I did in the past that I'm going to do differently this time around. And I'm just so excited. And I have my new studio space. It's going to be awesome. It's going to have like an entryway area / like small office space for me. And then the studio room is going to be separate. I think I might end up like renting out the studio space when I'm not using it just to help cover rent. There's not a lot of like studio rental spaces in my area. So, oh yeah, and the best part about my new studio space is it's literally going to be above my favorite ice cream place. So if I start putting on some pounds, y'all know it's because I'm eating too much ice cream. But it's literally in the same building right above my favorite ice cream place. So I am just so freaking excited. I have the same feeling and the same energy when I first opened the business, and I realized that's kind of what I lost over the years of this effort towards efficiency, because I really wanted to become efficient at all the things I didn't like to do, which was like emails and, like marketing, all that stuff. Well, I like marketing. I like thinking through marketing, but like, I don't want to be the one setting up the actual things, right? I want to be taking photos. I want to be having fun with my clients. I want to spend more time there and less time doing this kind of tedious business stuff, so I can focus on actually growing the business and not feel like I need to understand every single aspect of the business. And I feel like that's where kind of it became too much, because I was handling everything. It was a one-woman show. I had short stints of people helping me. And there was even a time when I was doing makeup myself. Like I was doing every single thing myself. And I realized if I want to grow my business to $1 million a year, that I can't do that. I can't be a one-woman show. One of the women that I was getting education through, like she's very big on doing everything yourself, and she's very successful with that, but that's just not me. Like I'm good at managing people, but I'm not good at doing every single thing in the business myself. And I want to have a team and I want to grow my team and I want to grow my business beyond myself. So that's all. I'm very chatty today, but the next video is going to be just kind of following up, going through everything, going through this whole process. I'm going to have a little mini vlog series of just going through the whole process of relaunching my business. Basically starting, not necessarily starting from zero, because I do have reviews. I do have like a backlog of clients. I do have an email list over the years that I've grown, even though I don't have an active subscription to marketing anymore. I still have those people's information. So not necessarily starting from zero, but I'm starting from zero in some ways and not in other ways. So subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell if you want to follow along on this journey. YouTube is going to be part of this new kind of journey and more of a documentation versus a how-to, even though I still do how-to videos. I know you guys like those. But yes, I'm very excited. All right, you guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.